to a town hall meeting in Fort Lauderdale, and a woman who's now my friend, Bertha Aponte, who's campaigning here in Iowa somewhere this weekend, she raised her hand. Someone will do it here today, all angry. I'm not looking around. I can't figure out who it'll be because I'll let you guys be the first one to ask the question. All angry, all upset. And she said, you don't care about me. You don't care about my family. You don't care about people like me. And I said, well, I just met you. How could you say that? I couldn't convince her. And she told me her story. She said Milton and she have a daughter named Lucy, who's 14 years old, or 15 years old at the time, who can't talk, who can't walk, who has autism and severe physical challenges, and an IQ of 50. And their biggest fear was whether Milton and she would outlive their child that they loved with their heart and soul. Wow. Maybe someone in this room has a similar kind of situation with a loved one. I now have become sensitized to this. This is a great challenge all across this country for all sorts of reasons. And so I said, look, I'm not going to convince you of this, but tell you what, you be my teacher and I'll be the student. I want to learn what it's like to wake up each day wondering whether you're going to outlive your child that you just love more than you could ever describe. And she took me up on it. And for 4 days, I went to all sorts of places in South Florida. I went to group homes where people were treated with dignity and respect. I went to these institutionalized settings where sometimes it looked okay, other times it looked like it was a profit-making machine off the backs of the developmentally disabled. It was kind of disgusting, to be honest with you. We went to workplaces where you could see the workplace light up with their coworkers loving the chance to work with people with different abilities or developmental disabilities or physical disabilities. And the customers loved it as well. And so for 4 days, I actually took the time, and more importantly, she took the time to teach me. And I got to understand what her challenge was. So I get elected. And in the first week, a federal judge summons me as the new governor to the courts, the federal court, to take over the program for the developmentally disabled because it was in complete disrepair. And I went there and I said, Judge, please, I know about this now. I took the time to listen. I've learned what it is, what's going on here. I can do this. I can fix this. And he said, all right, we'll give you a stay, if you will. I went to the legislature as a conservative governor, going to the Florida conservative legislature. We funded the programs and we reformed them. And in 18 months' time, 31,000 people were taken off a waiting list. In essence, 31,000 families woke up each day worrying a little bit less about their loved one, whether they were going to outlive that person. Now, why does that matter, that story? Well, that's a story of leadership, the kind of leadership we need in Washington, D.C. We don't need a leader who has no curiosity about what the challenges are and plight is for people. We don't need a leader that disparages people, that says that you're a loser if you're a POW, which is disgusting as far as I'm concerned. We don't need a leader that divides us up in our disparate parts. We don't need a leader that suggests that the disabled aren't as worthy as we are. Because here's what I believe. I believe life is precious. It's divinely inspired. It's a gift from God. And that all of us have a contribution to make in this society. And that if all of us reach our full potential, nothing's going to stop the United States of America. This is an extraordinary place because we're Americans. It's not our government that makes us special and extraordinary. It's people in pursuit of their own dreams, fulfilling whatever their unique capacities are. I hope you want a leader that has a backbone, that won't cut and run whenever the going gets tough. I hope you want a leader that runs to the challenge, runs to the fire to solve it. I hope you want a leader that does not excuse away why there's a mess and blame it on somebody else, blame it on his successor. That was great for about 5 long years as the brother of a president. I got sick of that, and I hope you did too. Blame it on the dog eating your homework. My pledge to you is, I will accept personal responsibility as President of the United States for the problems that are in front of me, and I will do everything I can to fix them, because we need a president that starts solving problems rather than making things worse. We need a president that has a servant's heart, where it's not about him. It's about the people that right now are stuck. And I'm that guy. I served in a complex state doing just that, and the state was transformed because of that kind of leadership. Washington can be transformed as well. Don't let anybody tell you that it can't be done. I know it can be done, and with your help, it will. And the starting point is Monday night, because you all have this incredible possibility. Think about it.